Today is going to be me drawing some eyes for you. I'm going to give you some tips on how to draw eyes. This is for beginners or other people if you just want to know how to do eyes in general. So I'm going to be doing realistic, anime, and that's about it. So I'm going to be starting with realistic first, so I can label this realistic. This is going to be the realistic eyes. So for realistic eyes, I would start by drawing kind of like an oval sort of thing, something like this, and then trying to branch it out like that. Make it look like, kind of have it like that, so that it has a point when it comes out. Then you're going to close that in. And now this eye is going to be facing that way, so it will be, from your perspective, it will be your right eye. So it will be this eye. For example, another eye will be right here if you were to draw that. And now what we're going to do is shade it in darker on the top part to show that this eye has eyeliner on, or this is what it's like. It has makeup on. So once you have that, which I just have, I'd like to draw this little thing in the middle in the corner here, which is what every eye has, and leave this little gap. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a little circle in there. And now for the fun part. We're going to draw an oval shape inside of here, and this is going to be the actual eye part of it. And we're going to try to make a similar shaped oval with a glint. You can make it whatever size you want, but I prefer this side. And then you can erase this part right here, which makes it like that. And now you can shade this in. Alright, now that it's shaded in, let's do the outer part of it. We're going to put little spikes on the edges. So like something like this. And it's okay if they're uneven. For example, like this one is lower than this one. But that's okay because you can just have it like that to show it's an uneven eye. And now what you're going to do is bring it like really high. You want it to almost come to the edge. And then do another set of it following it. You just want them to be shorter this time. Then you can start by doing little branches like this. Have them come like in a zigzag shape is what I prefer. And then that looks pretty good. But if you want to and you think these are too thick, like I think mine are a little too thick, you can kind of erase your really long starting lines, and then it's kind of a little bit less obvious, and it kind of looks a little better. And now the next part you're gonna do is the eyelashes. So what I like to do is clump them in like a beginning, like this at the start, and just keep going. And then once it gets towards the top part, make it a little bigger. So you should do the big lashes first, if you want to make those pretty big, and then you can kind of make them stand out, make them a little thicker. And then do a bunch of these underneath it. So I'm gonna put a time lapse here. Okay, now that we're done, it should look a little bit like this. And what you can do, we're gonna do the inside of the eye again. If you have things like this, it's kind of hard to see on mine through the camera, but if you have these little things that are out of the eye, you can just erase them and you can make that look a little better. And for the next part, you know how eyes have that little, like the nerve in them, like the red thing that kind of comes out of your eyes. So that's what I'm doing here, kind of towards the middle. I just put little branches and I can like branch them out, make them look a little realistic. Something like that. And now if you want to, you can put little specks of these all over the eye on the white part, which is supposed to be the white part. You can make that look textured a little bit, and then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now that that's done, we're going to move on to the bottom lashes. You're going to do the same thing as the top. Make your really big ones first. So mine are kind of bad looking here, but just like that. And then you're going to make these lashes a little bit more subtle because they're the bottom. So you're going to want to shade it in a little bit here. You can even put some right here underneath the long lashes and make that. And now you're going to just softly put them in a way like this. Doesn't take very long, unlike the top lashes. Now that kind of looks like what you should have. And let me get rid of this air at the top here. Okay, because of course this is the left eye, or the right eye, however you want to look at it. And now we're going to draw a line like this. We're going to put a line right there above the eye, and then the rest is going to go like that. Now, we're going to put a similar line underneath, but it's going to curve the top of the eye. And you want to make it subtle. Just like that. And now for this. This is going to be the eyebrow. So you can come on top of this and do a bunch of things to make it look a little bushy and stuff like that. You can make it thin, you can make it thick. It depends on what you want to do with it. And this is just how I'm going to do. So let's go into a time lapse. Now that this is all shaded in, your eye is basically almost complete. So now, the last thing you're going to want to do is you're just going to shade this part of the eye. You're going to make the top part, so you can like draw a line like I'm doing. Make it like about there. And you can shade this part of the eye in lightly to indicate shadows, like since it's an eye. This is a fully open eye that I'm drawing, so it will make it look like there's shadows. Now you are done with your eye. This is a realistic eye. This is what an eye should look like usually. And for eyes, this would be a realistic one. So I hope the realistic eye helped you make more realistic drawings. All right, now we're gonna be drawing anime eyes. So you can label the top of this page anime. So this is for more cartoony drawings, if you want to make it look more like it's an anime or it's a cartoon. So what we're gonna do for this, just like for the realistic, we're gonna start with an arch, just like this. But this time, we're gonna do this, make it come out. You're gonna close it in, but pull it out, and you're gonna make this is gonna be the farthest part away from here, but then you're gonna connect it. Can you see how this is an eyelash? This is going to be the eyelash for the eye. And if you want to, because anime I feel like has this, you can put little white spots on it. But what you have to do is color it in. So this is what we're gonna do. Time-lapse time. All right, now we have the eyelash. What we're gonna do next is go to about this part of the drawing. You can mark it there a little bit and make it come down just like this. Perfect. Now we draw the people. Do the same oval shape. That looks awkward. We're gonna erase the bottom here because this does look a little bit awkward. And then we're just gonna continue it, and then it's gonna skim the bottom, just like that. We're gonna put a round circle shape in the middle and color it in. Now we do this, and now you have this. All right, this last part is very simple. All it is lightly shading the eye. So you want to go to about this part right here and put it right back here. And you're going to try to make it look like it's shaded. Just like this. But that's just the shading for that. And just to spice up the eye a little bit, you can try to do some little lines here. Maybe even make them longer. Try to just make it look a little better. And that's your anime eye. Just what you want to do. So this is it, okay? So that's all my eyes. We have the realistic eye and the anime eye. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.